Namaskar and welcome to Sansaric Buddha. Has it ever happened to you that you get more fun, more entertainment, and you get more excited to know about others than you are excited to know about your own self? Do you feel that to know about others give me more pleasure? It is more fun than concentrating and focusing on your own self. Now, that's the common scenario with everyone we see in our society. People are more obsessed, people are more concerned about others. Now, when you see the followers on Instagram, it could be on Facebook, Twitter, wherever you go, or the application X, people are more following other people. They're always keeping track of what they are doing, where they are going, how is their life. So we are normally always so much keen to know about others. It could also happen with our celebrities. Some people have their own favorite actor, actresses, celebrities. People keep track of them, like what are they doing, where are they going, what are they wearing, their family. Sometimes they know more about their family than they know about their own family. I remember when I think in 2005 or 6 somewhere, in my house, my mother used to watch the Daily Soap, and the females used to sit and they used to talk about whatever happened in that particular series. So the life was so much, I'm not saying only they did that. I think in everyday life when people sit around, we normally talk about others. So why it is so much interesting to talk about others? How many times in a day we sit alone and start thinking about ourselves, what we are, why we are, what is the purpose of the life, why we have been brought here. So all those things, I think it is completely out of focus. So that's the reason we are always concerned, obsessed, or we are interested in someone else, the outside world. I've also seen some people have a tendency of copying somebody. They try to mock somebody, they imitate somebody, or they mimic somebody. Normally, if you do it for fun, that is absolutely okay. But especially when you see on Instagram, you see people are they are completely a replica of a particular actor. Now, what kind of life we are living, what kind of life they are living, where you don't have your own individuality, no identity, but you have just become a replica of someone else. We are feeding to their ego. We are making them more than a human being, like somebody coming from an outer space. But that's not the right idea. So much of obsession, so much of a keenness of knowing others. Now, there are two types of knowing others. One, of course, people whom you like and we want to know about them. So it doesn't matter what we get from them, what kind of information we get. It can be a good information or it can be a bad information. But some people with whom we have jealousy, people we envy, people where we have some kind of rift, where we don't have that much of good feelings about them in our heart. What do we want to know about them? Normally, when we have this kind of feeling with someone, we don't want to know good about them. We want to know only what mishaps happen in their life, what bad things happen in their life, what kind of atrocities they are going through, what kind of troubles they have. So knowing about others is not only about good things, it's also about bad things. So if the focus of outside world shifts to your own self, if you come to your own self, what will happen? Don't you think we will be redefining our life? We'll be focusing more on our life, our family. Suppose you are a wife, so you have your husband. If you focus on your husband, so rather focusing on your husband, if you focus on your own self, if you try to be a better version of yourself, don't you think that person will be benefiting out of you? So indirectly, you're doing justice to that relationship. What about your kids? Being a parent, if you start behaving in a certain way, you start understanding them, you start giving love to them, giving care to them, and not expecting anything in return. If you become that kind of person, so your child will also replicate that and try to be like you. So in our life we always try to go outside. The outside world is so much engraved in our DNA that we have forgotten to go inside our own self. So these are the certain areas that people are more concerned about others. Now this concern about others give us so many problems that we don't know. There is anxiety problem, depression problem, self-doubt problem. Some people have inferiority complex. Some people, when they go outside, they feel very introvert. So all these things happen because there is someone else. So we have given so much importance to that someone else that we have become nothing actually. So what is the solution? As I said, focus on your own self. There are few factors that a person can work on themselves. The first thing is that your physical appearance. I always tell people that we are living in a society, we're not living in jungle. So there are certain conditions that is expected out of you. If you're living in jungle and if you're not even concerned about anyone, that is wonderful. The way you want to live, you can live. But if you're a working professional, you are a student, you have some kind of aspiration from your life. I'm again telling material aspiration. Then you need to have a certain kind of body language, certain kind of physique, certain kind of look, certain kind of dressing style. It is expected out of you if you have that kind of material aspiration. If not, wonderful. The way you are, wonderful. I'm okay with that. Second thing is that you're going and meeting people. You sometimes have a tendency of impressing somebody. You want to create certain kind of impression, and if it is not happening and you're feeling bad, that means you are getting impacted. If you're not feeling bad, if you don't have any problem, that's wonderful. But that's not the case. Every disappointment, every rejection, every problem is creating one hole in your personality. If you want to come out of this hole, the only thing is to make yourself that kind of person that will suit into that environment, that will be likable. Now, in the pursuit of being too much liked, people try to go overboard. They try to be too pleasing. They try to be a fake individual. I'm telling you, need to have a balance. Yeah, there's some time that you like, you can directly be open and say I like it, and sometimes if you dislike it, you can openly say I dislike it. Now this will be also one kind of scrutiny in your life, that kind of a kind of a segregation, that what kind of people will be in your life after you being you, and what kind of people will be out of your life when you really be you. So there are many such areas where we have to work upon. And one advice I want to give, that I have applied in my life: don't try to expect that people will understand you. That's not going to happen. It is next to impossible for an individual to understand you, because people are so preoccupied with their own conceptions, with their own ideas, with their own theories, that they will not even try to understand. And you don't know how much importance you have in that person's life. So expecting this much will really give you more problem. So the best option is that go ahead, talk, explain whatever. If it is in your interest, go and talk, solve your problems. So there are small steps we can say. And when I talk about the interest in the other person, keep it limited as possible. Don't indulge into too much of knowing about other person. It is not even needed for you. You should not be bothered about all those things. Especially I've seen the neighborhood. Now neighbors have a tendency of gossiping about other neighbors, gossiping about the relatives, about the family. Now, these all things are actually useless things. This will not give you any positive outcome, neither in your personality nor in your life. So if you really want to have something, I would say a radical change in your lifestyle, radical change in your personality, the only thing is that be limited when it comes to the outside world. Limit yourself. Don't overthink about others. That is also one kind of problem. And one major factor I've seen, that when somebody comes and talk to you, what happens? Have you observed the conversations you're having with that kind of person? What kind of conversations do you have? Most of the time, the conversation you are interested in is about the negative side of that person. You're observing the negativity of that person. You're not seeing the positive thing of that person. So try to go with the positive things that you're getting out of that conversation. Takeaway. The takeaway should always be positive. Negative should be eradicated. That is not going to add anything to your personality. But definitely there is a learning. You can learn that now whatever happened with that particular person, it should not happen with me. So that's a learning. Now, if you repeatedly do the same blunder again and not learning anything out of it, that's again a waste of time. So please make some small changes in your life. And one thing I want to add here, that waking up early in the morning. I'm telling you, when you wake up early in the morning, it definitely changes your personality completely. I'm telling you, just waking up early in the morning. I'm not saying you will be a different human being, but it really adds up to your personality. So if you like this video, please comment, like and share, and do subscribe. And thank you for listening to me. Have a wonderful day.